Hi, I'm Adam Balkin, and welcome to It Ain't Rocket Science. I am here on the flight deck of the Intrepid, and I'll bet you're wondering why I'm here. Well, I'll tell you, coming up. But first, in this episode, we take you to the greatest show and tell on Earth, Maker Faire in New York City, where thinkers of all ages are getting hands-on experience making science happen. Attend some after-school STEM programs and talk with Buzz Aldrin, the second man to walk on the moon, about the importance of getting involved in science at a young age. And then follow in his footsteps and travel to the stars at the Hayden Planetarium at the American Museum of Natural History. All part of Time Warner Cable's Connect a Million Minds initiative, geared towards getting some of our younger viewers to take an interest in science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM. We've got a long way to go on our trip today, so let's get started. Maker Faire puts down stakes in many locations around the nation, but the World Maker Faire in New York City in size is in a league of its own, hosting scores of budding young inventors. Our Tara Lynn Wagner has the story. Tara Lynn.
Well, that's right, Adam. They call it the greatest show and tell on Earth. Thousands of inventors of all ages gather here at Maker Faire for a chance to meet some robots and rockets to fire up their minds and get their hands dirty.
When I met 7-year-old William Grant, he was soldering a robot.
I just like building different things, and I think it's really fun.
Well, William, you've come to the right place. You and the 50,000 other people hovering around Flushing Meadows Corona Park for New York's 3rd annual Maker Faire.
Look at those engineers, people, because they are our heroes.
So what exactly makes up a maker?
We think everyone's a maker, anyone that makes anything. So you could be a food maker, you could be a crafter, you could be an engineer, a scientist, a tinkerer, a kid.
The 2-day event in Queens is designed to feed the curious mind in all of us, with people traveling from around the country to showcase their hobbies or pick up some new ones.
I just wanted to have fun this afternoon and maybe learn a couple new things.
There's never been anything quite like it before, and it's sort of a place that allows, encourages people to build their own things.
While there are some annual favorites, like the life-size version of Mousetrap that never fails to draw a crowd, there's also plenty of unfamiliar items to keep those crowds coming back. After all, a fair focused on innovation means new exhibits every year.
Things change so fast now. Like, computers can become obsolete in 3 months. So what could happen in a year is amazing.
In addition to plenty of hands-on experiences, visitors here at Maker Faire get a chance to come face-to-face and interact with the future.
Robert Ellenberg says that future will no doubt include humanoid robots like the ones he's developing, and he hopes bringing them out of the lab will inspire other people to join him.
I remember being, 8, 10 years old and thinking, I want a human-shaped robot, and here I am at, 28 in grad school doing exactly that. I never thought it would be possible. And I bet a lot of people that came to the Maker Faire today didn't think it was possible either. But hopefully we've changed that a little bit.
For It Ain't Rocket Science, I'm Tara Lynn Wagner.
Now, Maker Faire wasn't the only place making it easy to get up close and personal with math and science. The folks behind 4-H at the Wisconsin State Fair provided the motive and the means to have fairgoers craft their own robots, all part of a 3-day robot rally. Sarah Platt takes us there.
When one thinks of a partnership between the Wisconsin State Fair and 4-H, the last thing that comes to most people's minds is technology. However, at the 2012 State Fair, Wisconsin 4-H showcased exactly that at the first annual robotics rally.
For about the last 40 years, we've been engaging youth in electricity and robotics projects and other STEM initiatives. Robotics is a good opportunity to package the scientific method and the engineering design process into one.
The 3-day event featured Lego Mindstorm and Vex robotics competitions specifically designed to increase accessibility and awareness of robotics programs. The Special Education Day also allowed families the opportunity to interact with technology companies and organizations in a familiar state fair setting.
They walk in and they're interacting with the robot from the bomb squad. They're interacting with it as it's picking up a chair or a water bottle, and they're a little surprised and stunned by what they see.
The public was able to learn firsthand the importance of science, technology, engineering, and math, and how its benefits go far beyond just robotics and technology.
What kids really learn in competitive robotics is how to communicate effectively. how to problem solve, how to develop their critical thinking skills.
It's helped me a lot with my presentation skills. Although I was good at presenting before, it's helped me hone them so I can be able to talk to people on the spot, not even knowing who they are, complete strangers.
The successful 3-day robotics rally was another step in achieving the community's common goals for STEM education. For It Ain't Rocket Science, I'm Sarah Platt.
Now, while these young inventors and innovators are still unknown outside their science circle, they may one day find themselves in the pages of Popular Mechanics magazine. It regularly keeps tabs on the best and brightest in science, technology, engineering, and math, and every year announces the Breakthrough Awards, acknowledging men and women around the world who are making great strides in the sciences. Take a North Face vest and backpack that inflates to help hikers stay on top of avalanche debris. Throw in this system out of MIT and the University of Wisconsin that allows users to see around corners. Add a dash of the latest innovations in rocket science, and you should now have a bit of an understanding of what it takes to become one of the honorees at Popular Mechanics magazine's annual Breakthrough Awards. The innovations recognized range. Some are designed to someday have a direct impact on the everyday consumer, aka you, like Goodyear's self-regulating tire.
The tire will sense if when your inflation drops below a specified amount, the regulator will open up an inlet valve to allow air into the tire until it reaches that inflation pressure, and then it'll turn off.
Other innovations will impact you by making an impact on our planet. Developers of the Grooved Disc Oil Skimmer say thanks to that grooved disc design, this can clean up oil spills quicker and more efficiently than what's used today.
There's a bit of a meniscus effect. That oil goes into the groove and hangs in there, so we can actually turn at very high velocities and recover a lot more oil than typical systems.
And finally, this is a prosthetic hand out of the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Lab that not only moves almost identically to a human hand, but also starts to feel, as in detect sensations, just like a human hand.
It has 26 degrees of freedom, which means it can do everything your natural hand can do. It even has sensors on it, so you can actually, when you touch an object, you can provide sensory feedback, so you can get a sense of how tightly I'm grasping something, or if I brush my hand across the surface, how rough that surface is based on the vibration.
For more on the winners, you can check out www.popularmechanics.com/breakthrough awards. Coming up, we've sent scores of astronauts into space, but only a small fraction of that number can say they walked on the moon. We'll hear from the second man to walk on the moon, Buzz Aldrin, and we'll introduce you to some cool after-school programs and let you know how you can find one near your home. And still to come, big things happening at the Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum. We'll fill you in after the break. For more information about science, technology, engineering, and math opportunities in your community, visit connectamillionminds.com during the break.